Hey there, everyone. It's GG Sober Sun. October 7th. Do I put too much reliance on any one member of the group? That is, do I make a tin god out of some one person? Do I set that person on a pedestal? If I do, I am building my house on sand. All AA members have clay feet. They are all only one drink away from a drunk, no matter how long they have been in AA. This has been proved to be true more than once. It's not fair to any member to be singled out as a leader in AA, to always quote that member on the program. If that person should fail, where would I be? Can I afford to be tipped over by the failure of my ideal? Wow, that really brings it home, you know? I mean, for years, I've quoted one particular member of AA at the same time talking about how it's principles before personalities, and I never really understood what that meant. As long as that person is sober and is humble and is obviously helping other people. You know, it's when, and I didn't understand principles before personalities until I put someone on a pedestal from my early recovery, ran into them a decade later or some thereabouts, and asked them to be my sponsor, and it turned out they were dry drunk kind of thing, you know. They were just still acting just as crazy and doing some crazy insane things and not really continuing to grow, and we had a major falling out, you know. And I was hurt. I didn't know what to do from that point, you know. And you know, there are plenty of big personalities in AA, right? There are some who, you know, whenever they share, and I have to be careful of this myself because I have a way of, I guess, you know, just articulating my thoughts and feelings, and sometimes that can come across as like I have experience that I don't have, or that I've got it all figured out or something. But when it comes right down to it, every day I don't pick up a drink, I'm in with a chance, and that's it. Right? I have an opportunity to learn and grow, but it doesn't mean I've got it figured out. It doesn't mean that my sobriety is any better than anybody else's. But I have seen people sway people into their way of believing and thinking and acting, and it's not programmed, you know. You know, particularly funny people can get people, you know, head bobbing and laughing and things like that, and they think that they're doing good, you know, and they think that they're doing the right thing, but it's all ego. It's all an ego feeding proposition, and I've been there, you know. And on the dealing end, you know what I mean, I can get people to laugh, that kind of thing, and parrot all the lines that I've learned over the years, and know when to make people laugh, and stuff like that, and it's all more about my ego than it is about program. So principles before personalities. I do have to, as an adult child of an alcoholic, I do have to be careful of putting people on pedestals. I've done that several times over the years. And now I'm thinking of one particular person who I quote very often, And this is a reminder to be careful of that. Meditation for the day. You must always remember that you are weak, but that God is strong. God knows all about your weakness. He hears every cry for mercy, every sign of weakness, every plea for help, every sorrow over failure, every weakness felt and expressed. We only fail when we trust too much to our own strength. Do not feel bad about your weakness. When you are weak, that is when God is strong to help you. Trust God enough, and your weakness will not matter. God is always strong to save. And in our weakness, God can use our weakness. God can use our character defects, believe it or not. Not that I want to wield my character defects like a sword or anything, but I know that God is the great Redeemer. That what I think is a character defect, He can use to good purpose. He can put to good purpose. That's why the 6-step prayer, I believe that's why the 6-step prayer says, God, I'm ready now that you should have all of me, good and bad. Please remove from me every single defective character that stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. And so I'm not the determiner, really, of what character defects are removed. God is. And if I remember that, everything will be all right. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may learn to lean on God's strength. I pray that I may know that my weakness is God's opportunity. My weakness is God's opportunity. And I've been humbled. I've been, experienced pain in order to be reminded of that. And it's basically that God is the source of abundant life. When I conform my will to God's will, I don't keep creating pain. Just like when I first, it was about a year after I got sober, I realized, wow, I definitely have stopped creating a lot of my own pain with my drinking, but I still have problems. I still can experience pain. And the closer I conform my will to God's will, the less pain I create in my own life. Doesn't mean I won't have pain. Doesn't mean I won't have suffering. That's always a part of life, right? But I think as long as I'm not creating my own pain, I'm able to be more resilient and accept pain as life's way of growing me up, and to develop a closer relationship with the God of my understanding. The God of my understanding is for me these days. I always used to feel like God was the czar of the heavens, as it talks about, pacing back and forth, ready to whack me with the stick when I disobeyed. And I found myself disobeying a lot, because I wanted my will. I wasn't trying to conform my will to His. So it's all good as I continue to look up, aim up, and rise up. Love y'all. Keep coming back.